The moment you feel a desire within you, it is not a random occurrence or a fleeting thought. It is a signal, a whisper from the infinite, telling you that what you seek is not only possible but already exists. This desire is proof of its fulfillment. Think about this: could you desire something that was completely unattainable or non-existent in the grand scheme of creation? The answer is no, because every desire is born out of the potential for its realization. The universe operates with precision and intention. Nothing is ever placed in your heart by accident. If you desire love, abundance, success or peace, it is because these realities are already part of the infinite possibilities, waiting for you to claim them. Your desire is the first spark of creation, the beginning of a process that brings the unseen into the seen. It is not a wishful thought, but a divine nudge, an invitation to step into alignment with what is already yours. You see, the very act of wanting something is evidence that it is within your reach. Imagine a seed planted in fertile soil. The seed contains within it everything it needs to grow into a magnificent tree, but it must be nurtured, trusted, and allowed to unfold in its own time. Your desires are much the same. They are seeds of potential, containing within them the full blueprint of their realization. The fact that you can imagine something means that the universe has already prepared the way for its manifestation. But here is the crucial point: your role is not to question whether it is possible, or to doubt your worthiness to receive it. Your role is to trust the process, to hold faith in the unseen, and to nurture your desire with belief and conviction. Doubt is the only thing that can delay the fulfillment of your desires. When you doubt, you separate yourself from the reality you wish to experience. You tell the universe that you are not ready, that you do not trust in its infinite power to deliver what you have asked for. Remember, your desires do not exist in isolation. They are part of a greater plan, woven into the fabric of the universe. What you desire desires you as well. The moment you begin to hold the belief that your desires are already fulfilled, you activate the creative forces of the universe to bring them into your reality. The world around you will begin to shift, aligning circumstances, people, and opportunities to support the manifestation of your dreams. This is why it is so important to trust your desires. They are not frivolous or selfish. They are your soul's way of guiding you toward your highest good. Every desire serves a purpose, even if you do not fully understand it in the moment. Trust that there is a divine order to everything, and that your desires are part of that order. Now, it is also essential to release the need to control how your desires will manifest. The how is not your concern. Your mind may try to calculate the steps, to figure out every detail, but this is not the path of faith. The universe works in ways that often defy logic, and the fulfillment of your desires may come in forms you could never have predicted. When you release the how, you make space for miracles to unfold. Focus instead on the feeling of having your desires fulfilled. Live in that state of being, as though everything you wish for is already here. This is not a game of pretending, it is a shift in consciousness. When you act as if your desires are already realized, you align yourself with the frequency of their fulfillment. The universe responds to this alignment by reflecting your inner state in your outer reality. There will be moments when doubt creeps in, when the evidence of your senses seems to contradict the reality you are creating. In those moments, remind yourself of this truth: your desires are proof of their fulfillment. Hold steadfast to your vision, no matter what the external world shows you. The external world is merely a reflection of your past thoughts and beliefs. It has no power to dictate your future unless you allow it. Keep your focus on the reality you wish to create. See your desires not as something distant or unattainable, but as a certainty that is unfolding in perfect timing. Trust in the process, trust in the divine intelligence that governs all things, and trust in yourself. You are a co-creator with the universe, and your desires are the language through which you communicate your intentions. So the next time you feel a desire stirring within you, do not dismiss it or question whether it is possible. Embrace it fully, knowing that it is the first step in bringing something wonderful into your life. Hold it close, nurture it with faith, and allow it to grow. Your desires are not just wishes, they are promises, waiting to be fulfilled. Trust this truth and watch as the life you dream of becomes the life you live. Faith is the invisible force that connects the seen and the unseen, the known and the unknown, the desired and the manifested. It is the bridge that carries you from where you are to where you long to be. Without faith, even the most profound dreams remain distant, for it is faith that animates them and gives them life. Faith is not merely a belief in something greater, it is the unshakable knowing that what you desire is already yours, even before it appears in the physical realm. Imagine standing at the edge of a great chasm, looking toward the other side where all your desires exist. The gap may seem insurmountable, and doubt may whisper that you will never reach it, but faith is the bridge that spans this divide. It is not built from logic or visible proof, but from trust in the unseen. Faith does not demand evidence, it creates it. When you step onto this bridge, you are walking in alignment with a power far greater than yourself, a power that works tirelessly to bring your desires into form. Faith begins with a choice. It is not something you stumble upon or something you must wait for. It is an intentional act of the mind and heart. When you choose faith, you declare to the universe that you are willing to believe in what cannot yet be seen. You decide to trust that your desires are not only possible but inevitable. This choice shifts your energy, aligning you with the frequency of your fulfilled desire and opening the way for it to manifest. But faith is not passive. It is an active, living force that requires nurturing and practice. To walk in faith is to hold firm to your vision, even when the world around you suggests otherwise. It is to trust in the process, even when the path is unclear. Faith asks you to look beyond appearances and to see with the eyes of imagination. What you see in your mind's eye is just as real as what you see with your physical eyes, if not more so, for it is from the unseen that the seen is born. Faith also requires surrender. It is not about forcing outcomes or controlling the process. To have faith is to let go of the need to know every detail of how your desires will manifest. It is to release the grip of fear and trust in the divine intelligence that orchestrates all things. When you surrender, you make room for miracles to occur. You step aside and allow the universe to do its work in ways that often exceed your imagination. Doubt is the greatest obstacle to faith. It creeps in when the evidence of your senses contradicts the truth you hold in your heart. Doubt is the voice that says, "What if it doesn't happen?" or "What if I'm not worthy?" But faith counters with a louder truth. It is already done. When doubt arises, it is not a sign that your faith is failing, it is an opportunity to strengthen it. Each time you choose faith over doubt, you reinforce the bridge, making it stronger and more stable. Faith is not about blind optimism or pretending that challenges do not exist. It acknowledges the difficulties but refuses to be defined by them. Faith looks at obstacles and sees opportunities, knowing that every setback is part of the journey toward fulfillment. It understands that delays are not denials but simply a rearranging of circumstances to bring about the best possible outcome. There is a profound power in unwavering faith. When you hold a vision of your desire with absolute certainty, the universe responds in kind. The energy you emit through your faith attracts people, circumstances, and opportunities that align with your vision. This is not magic, it is the natural law of creation. You are always manifesting, whether consciously or unconsciously, and faith is the key to manifesting deliberately. Faith also transforms you. It changes not only your circumstances but also your inner state. To live in faith is to live in peace, free from the anxiety of what if and the despair of if only. It is to walk with confidence, knowing that the good you seek is seeking you. Faith brings clarity, focus, and resilience, enabling you to navigate life's challenges with grace. As you practice faith, you begin to see its evidence everywhere. Small synchronicities, unexpected blessings, and moments of serendipity remind you that you are on the right path. These signs are not the foundation of your faith but the fruits of it. They are the universe's way of affirming that your trust is not misplaced. So step onto the bridge of faith. Take each step with confidence, knowing that you are supported by a power greater than yourself. Do not hesitate or look back. Keep your eyes fixed on your vision and your heart aligned with its fulfillment. Faith is the bridge that carries you from desire to reality, from longing to having, from dreaming to living. It is the assurance that all things are possible and the invitation to believe in the extraordinary. Let faith guide you, and you will find that the life you seek is already yours. When you desire something, it's natural to wonder how it will come to pass. Your mind, conditioned to rely on logic and control, seeks to map out every detail of the journey. It asks questions, calculates possibilities, and tries to predict outcomes. But this approach can become a barrier, not a bridge to manifestation. The truth is, the how is not your responsibility. Your role is to desire, believe, and feel as though your desire is already fulfilled. The mechanics of its manifestation belong to the infinite intelligence of the universe. To detach from the how is to open the door to miracles. Detaching from the how is not about giving up or being passive. It is about releasing the need to control the specifics of the process while remaining active in your faith and aligned with your desire. It requires trust in the unseen, knowing that the universe is orchestrating events in ways that may be beyond your comprehension. Often, the path to your manifestation takes twists and turns you could never have predicted. By clinging to a specific how, you limit the infinite possibilities that could bring your desire to fruition. Consider the times in your life when things worked out in ways you could never have planned. Perhaps an unexpected opportunity arose, or a chance meeting led to a significant breakthrough. These moments are not coincidences, they are evidence of the universe's ability to arrange circumstances in your favor. When you detach from the how, you invite more of these moments into your life. Detaching from the how also frees you from unnecessary stress and anxiety. The constant need to figure everything out can drain your energy and rob you of joy. When you let go of this need, you create space for peace and clarity. You can focus on what truly matters, living in alignment with your desire and enjoying the present moment. Manifestation is not meant to be a struggle, it is meant to be a joyful and empowering process. The most powerful creators understand that their role is to define what they want and trust that the universe will handle the rest. They do not waste time worrying about the how, because they know that the how is always taken care of. They focus on embodying the state of their fulfilled desire, acting as if it is already theirs. This is the essence of detachment. Letting go of the how is an act of surrender, but surrender does not mean weakness. It is a profound expression of faith and confidence in the creative power of the universe. When you surrender the need to control, you step into a state of flow where things unfold with ease and grace. You become a magnet for your desires, attracting them effortlessly, because you are no longer blocking their path with resistance. So release your grip on the how, trust that the universe knows the perfect way to bring your desires to you. Focus on the end, not the means. Feel the joy, gratitude, and peace of having your desire fulfilled, and let that be your guide. When you detach from the how, you allow the magic of creation to unfold, and what you seek will find its way to you in ways more beautiful than you could have imagined. Creation begins not in the outer world, but in the realm of imagination. What you desire does not first appear in your reality, it begins as a feeling, an impression in the mind and heart. To feel it before you see it is the essence of manifestation. It is the act of aligning your inner state with the fulfillment of your desire, allowing the unseen to take form in the visible world. This is not wishful thinking, it is the natural law of creation. The outer world is merely a reflection of your inner state. Every experience you encounter, every condition you face, is a projection of what you have entertained within yourself. If you wait to feel happiness, abundance, or love until the evidence appears around you, you will wait endlessly. But when you choose to embody those feelings now, you activate the creative power that brings them into existence. Feeling it before you see it requires faith and imagination. It means living in the end, as if your desire is already fulfilled, even when your senses may argue otherwise. Your imagination is the workshop of creation, the place where you shape the unseen into form. To feel something deeply in your imagination is to bring it closer to reality, for the mind does not distinguish between what is real and what is vividly imagined. This process begins with clarity. You must know what you desire and define it in detail. The clearer your vision, the more potent your feelings will be. When you know exactly what you want, you can summon the emotions associated with its fulfillment. Close your eyes and see yourself living your dream. Feel the joy, excitement, and gratitude as though it has already come to pass. Let these emotions fill every fiber of your being. Your emotions are the language of the universe. When you feel as if your desire is already yours, you emit a powerful signal that attracts corresponding circumstances. This is the principle of like attracting like. The frequency of your feelings aligns with the frequency of your desires, drawing them into your life. It is not enough to think about your desire, you must feel it with intensity and conviction. Many people struggle with this concept because they are conditioned to rely on their senses. They look at their current reality and conclude that their desires are distant or impossible. But the outer world is not fixed, it is malleable and ever-changing, shaped by the energy you project. Your current circumstances are simply the result of past thoughts and feelings. To create a new reality, you must generate new feelings that align with what you want to experience. To feel it before you see it requires practice and persistence. Begin by setting aside time each day to focus on your desire. Enter a state of relaxation, free from distractions, and let your imagination take over. Picture yourself living the life you desire, engaging all your senses. Hear the sounds, see the colors, and feel the textures. Most importantly, feel the emotions. The more vividly you can imagine and feel, the stronger your creative energy will be. Doubt and fear may arise, especially if your current reality contrasts sharply with your vision. But these emotions are not insurmountable. When they surface, acknowledge them without judgment and gently return your focus to your desired state. Remember, your feelings are more powerful than your circumstances. Even in the face of doubt, choose to feel as if your desire is already yours. It is also essential to maintain this state of feeling throughout your day. Do not leave your vision behind once your imagination session ends. Carry the emotions with you, letting them infuse your thoughts and actions. Act as if your desire is already fulfilled. This does not mean pretending or forcing, it means embodying the confidence and peace that come from knowing your desire is on its way. Feeling it before you see it is not just about manifesting specific desires, it is about transforming your entire way of being. When you live in alignment with your highest visions, you elevate your energy and attract experiences that match your new state. You become a creator of your reality, not a passive observer. Challenges may arise, but they are not obstacles, they are opportunities to deepen your faith and refine your focus. Each time you choose to feel your desire, instead of reacting to your circumstances, you strengthen your creative power. You train yourself to live from the inside out, shaping your reality through the force of your imagination and emotions. The beauty of this process is that it does not depend on external conditions. You do not need to wait for circumstances to improve or for opportunities to appear. You can begin right now, wherever you are. The moment you decide to feel it before you see it, you activate the forces of creation. So let go of the need to see evidence before you believe. Choose to feel as if your desire is already yours, and trust that the universe is responding to your energy. Live in the end, where your dream is already a reality, and let that feeling guide your thoughts, actions, and choices. When you master this principle, you will discover that what you seek has been seeking you all along. The world will rearrange itself to match your inner state, and you will see your desires unfold in ways that are often unexpected and always perfect. Gratitude is one of the most powerful forces in the universe. It is more than a polite gesture or a fleeting emotion. It is a magnetic state of being that draws blessings into your life. When you express gratitude, you are not merely acknowledging what you have, you are aligning yourself with the energy of abundance. This alignment opens the door for even greater manifestations, for the universe responds most profoundly to a grateful heart. To understand the power of gratitude, it is essential to recognize that the universe operates on the principle of vibration. Every thought, feeling, and belief emits a frequency, and the universe matches that frequency by delivering corresponding experiences. Gratitude vibrates at the frequency of abundance. When you feel grateful, you affirm that you are already blessed, and the universe, ever responsive, amplifies that energy by sending you more to be grateful for. Gratitude is not limited to the things you already possess, it is also a tool for manifesting your desires. When you express gratitude for something you have yet to see, you act as if it is already yours. This act of faith shifts your focus from lack to fulfillment and activates the creative forces of the universe. It is a powerful declaration that you trust the process of creation and that you believe in the unseen. In doing so, you create a vibrational match with your desire, hastening its arrival. The beauty of gratitude lies in its simplicity. You do not need to wait for extraordinary circumstances to practice it. The air you breathe, the warmth of the sun, the laughter of a friend, these small blessings are treasures waiting to be acknowledged. When you cultivate gratitude for the seemingly ordinary, you train yourself to see abundance everywhere. This shift in perspective not only enhances your current experience, but also prepares you to receive more. Gratitude also serves as a remedy for fear and doubt. When faced with challenges or setbacks, it is easy to fall into a state of worry or frustration. But gratitude has the power to transform these lower vibrations into higher ones. By focusing on what you are grateful for, even in the midst of difficulty, you redirect your energy toward positivity and possibility. This redirection creates space for solutions and opportunities to emerge. The universe cannot deliver blessings to a mind consumed by negativity, but a grateful heart is a magnet for miracles. One of the most profound aspects of gratitude is its ability to anchor you in the present moment. Often we are so focused on what we lack or what we hope to achieve that we overlook the richness of the now. Gratitude shifts your attention from what is missing to what is present, allowing you to fully experience and appreciate the moment. This presence is a powerful state, for it is only in the now that you can create and receive. To deepen your practice of gratitude, make it a daily ritual. Begin each morning by listing 3 things you are grateful for. Let these be heartfelt acknowledgements, not mere routine. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and feel the emotion of gratitude wash over you. Allow it to expand, filling your heart and radiating outward. This simple practice sets the tone for your day, aligning you with the energy of abundance from the moment you wake. As you go about your day, look for opportunities to express gratitude. When someone helps you, say thank you with genuine appreciation. When you experience something beautiful, a sunset, a kind gesture, or a moment of peace, pause to acknowledge it. These small acts of gratitude accumulate, creating a ripple effect that transforms your energy and your life. Gratitude also thrives in reflection. At the end of the day, take a moment to review your experiences and identify the blessings they held. Even challenges can be viewed through the lens of gratitude, for they often bring growth, wisdom, or unexpected opportunities. By finding gratitude in every situation, you train yourself to see life as a gift, rich with possibility and meaning. The practice of gratitude is not about ignoring difficulties or pretending that everything is perfect. It is about choosing to focus on the good, no matter the circumstances. This choice is a declaration of trust in the benevolence of the universe. It says, I believe that life is working for me, not against me. I trust that every experience has value, and I am open to receiving its blessings. The universe, like a mirror, reflects back what you project. When you project gratitude, it reflects abundance. When you embody gratitude, you create a harmonious relationship with the universe, one based on trust, appreciation, and flow. This harmony allows blessings to flow to you with ease and grace, often in ways that surpass your expectations. Gratitude is the key to unlocking the fullness of life. It turns what you have into enough and more. It transforms denial into acceptance, chaos into order, and confusion into clarity. Gratitude makes sense of the past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. By practicing gratitude, you align yourself with the truth that life is inherently abundant and that you are a worthy recipient of its gifts. So let gratitude be your constant companion. In moments of joy, let it enhance your happiness. In moments of struggle, let it guide you back to peace. Trust that as you cultivate gratitude, the universe hears your silent song of appreciation and responds with a symphony of blessings. This is the law of life. The more you give thanks, the more you will have to be thankful for. Patience is often misunderstood. Many believe it is merely the act of waiting, a passive state of enduring time until something desired arrives. But true patience is not about waiting, it is about how you live in the time between your intention and its manifestation. It is an active, purposeful state of being filled with trust, alignment, and preparation for what you know is on its way. Patience begins with faith. When you set a desire into motion, whether through prayer, intention, or action, you must trust that the process is unfolding as it should. This trust is not blind or naive, it is rooted in the understanding that everything operates according to universal laws. You do not plant a seed and expect it to grow overnight. Instead, you nurture the soil, water it consistently, and trust that nature will do its part. Patience is no different. It is the confident knowing that your efforts, combined with divine timing, will bring forth the fruits of your desire. Impatience, on the other hand, stems from doubt. When you question whether your efforts are enough, whether your desire is possible, or whether the universe will deliver, you create resistance. This resistance slows the process, not because the universe withholds, but because your energy becomes scattered and uncertain. Impatience is a signal that you are focusing more on the absence of what you want than on its inevitable arrival. To embody true patience, you must shift your focus away from the clock and toward the feeling of already having received what you desire. Patience requires presence. It is about fully engaging with the now, even as you hold a vision for the future. Many people fall into the trap of living in the in-between state, where they are neither fully here nor fully there. They spend their days longing for the future, convinced that happiness lies in what is yet to come. But the truth is, life unfolds only in the present moment. When you cultivate patience, you learn to embrace where you are right now, knowing that this moment is a necessary part of the journey. Patience is also a form of preparation. It is not passive waiting but active readiness. While the timing of your desire's fulfillment may not be within your control, how you prepare for its arrival is entirely up to you. Ask yourself, are you ready to receive what you have asked for? Are there skills, habits, or perspectives you need to develop? Use the time between your intention and its manifestation to become the version of yourself that aligns with your desire. This alignment is what accelerates the process, for the universe responds most powerfully to those who are prepared to receive. Another key aspect of patience is surrender. To be patient is to let go of the need to control every detail of how and when your desire will come. It is about trusting that the universe knows the perfect way to deliver what you seek. This does not mean abandoning your goals or taking no action. Instead, it means releasing attachment to the outcome, allowing space for the unexpected and the miraculous. When you surrender, you open yourself to possibilities far greater than what you could have imagined. Patience also teaches resilience. The path to your desires is rarely a straight line. There may be detours, delays, or challenges that test your resolve. These moments are not setbacks, they are opportunities to grow and strengthen your faith. Each challenge asks you, do you truly believe in what you are seeking? Are you willing to remain steadfast? Even when the way is unclear, patience answers these questions with quiet confidence, knowing that every obstacle is part of the process. Gratitude is a powerful ally of patience. When you practice gratitude for what you have and what is coming, you shift your energy from lack to abundance. Gratitude affirms that you trust the unfolding of your journey, even if the destination is not yet visible. It reminds you that life is not just about achieving goals, but about experiencing the richness of each step along the way. By focusing on what is good and right in this moment, you amplify the energy of fulfillment and attract more of it into your life. Patience, at its core, is a demonstration of self-mastery. It is the ability to hold steady in the face of uncertainty, to remain focused on your vision without succumbing to doubt or fear. It is the recognition that everything unfolds in its own perfect time, and that rushing the process serves only to create frustration and disappointment. When you practice patience, you align yourself with the rhythm of the universe, allowing life to flow naturally and effortlessly. Patience is not about waiting, it is about becoming. It is about who you are as you journey toward your desires. Are you calm, trusting, and aligned, or are you restless, anxious, and resistant? The energy you bring to the process shapes the outcome. By cultivating patience, you not only make the journey more enjoyable, but also ensure that the destination is worth reaching. So let go of the idea that patience is a passive act of enduring time. Embrace it as an active state of trust, presence, and preparation. Know that every moment, no matter how long it feels, is working for you, not against you. And when the fulfillment of your desire finally arrives, you will see that it came at the perfect time, in the perfect way, for the perfect version of yourself. In conclusion, patience is not about waiting, but about embracing the process of becoming. It is a state of trust, presence, and readiness, where you align yourself with the rhythm of the universe. By cultivating patience, you not only allow your desires to manifest with ease, but also become the person who is worthy of those desires. Remember, the universe responds to your energy, and patience is the key to unlocking the abundance and blessings that are already on their way to you. Thank you for taking the time to reflect on this powerful truth. Your journey of patience and trust has already begun, and with each step, you move closer to the fulfillment of your dreams. My friends, as we step into 2025, I invite you to embrace a revolutionary truth. The most important work you will ever do is the work you do on yourself. This year is not for chasing others, seeking approval, or scattering your energy in countless directions. This is the year you turn inward and reclaim your power. The idea that your inner world shapes your outer world is not just a philosophical concept, but a profound truth that governs every aspect of life. It is a principle rooted in the understanding that your thoughts, beliefs, and assumptions create the reality you experience. Life is not something that happens to you, it is a projection of what happens within you. To grasp this is to step into your true power as the architect of your destiny. Consider for a moment the mind as a garden. Every thought is a seed, every belief a root, and every emotion the water that nourishes the soil. What grows in this garden depends entirely on what you cultivate. If you plant seeds of doubt, fear, and limitation, your outer world will reflect scarcity, conflict, and frustration. But if you sow seeds of love, confidence, and abundance, you will experience a life that mirrors those qualities. This is not a matter of mere positive thinking, but a deliberate practice of aligning your inner state with the reality you wish to create. Your mind operates as a powerful magnet, attracting circumstances, people, and opportunities that match the energy you emit. When your thoughts are dominated by lack or negativity, you unconsciously draw more of the same into your life. Conversely, when you focus on gratitude, possibility, and fulfillment, your external circumstances begin to shift in miraculous ways. The outer world is a mirror, and it reflects not what you want, but what you are. If you long for love yet carry the belief that you are unworthy of it, the mirror will reflect relationships filled with distance or heartbreak. If you desire success, but harbor deep doubts about your abilities, the reflection will be missed opportunities and unfulfilled goals. The mirror does not judge, it simply reflects. To change the reflection, you must change the source. The transformation begins with awareness. Most people live on autopilot, unaware of the thoughts and beliefs that dominate their inner world. They react to external circumstances without realizing that these circumstances are often the result of their own mental patterns. Awareness is the first step to breaking free from this cycle. By observing your thoughts without judgment, you begin to see the connection between your inner dialogue and your outer experiences. Once aware, the next step is to consciously choose the thoughts and beliefs you wish to nurture. This requires more than fleeting affirmations, it demands a deep commitment to reprogramming your mind. Visualization is a powerful tool in this process. By vividly imagining the life you desire, as if it were already yours, you impress this image upon your subconscious mind. Over time, the subconscious, which cannot distinguish between reality and imagination, begins to align your actions, emotions, and energy with this vision. The outer world then responds to this shift in alignment. Emotion plays a critical role in this process. Thoughts alone are not enough, they must be charged with the feelings that correspond to the reality you wish to create. If you think of abundance but feel fear or doubt, the emotional charge negates the thought. However, when you think of abundance and feel the joy, freedom, and gratitude that come with it, you create a powerful signal that resonates with the energy of abundance. This resonance attracts circumstances that match it. Doubt and fear often arise as you embark on this journey of transformation. They are remnants of old conditioning, and their presence does not mean you have failed. On the contrary, they are opportunities to reaffirm your commitment to your vision. Instead of resisting these emotions, acknowledge them, understand their origins, and release them with love. In doing so, you create space for new beliefs to take root. The external world is also a teacher, offering feedback on your inner state. Challenges and obstacles are not punishments but mirrors, revealing areas where your inner alignment needs refinement. Instead of viewing difficulties as barriers, see them as opportunities to grow and align more deeply with your desired reality. Each challenge carries a gift if you are willing to look within and learn from it. The power of your inner world is limitless, but it requires consistency. This is not a one-time effort but a daily practice. Just as a garden requires regular care, your mind needs constant tending. Meditate to quiet the noise of the external world. Journal to uncover hidden beliefs. Surround yourself with people, books, and environments that support your growth. These practices help you maintain the clarity and focus needed to shape your outer world intentionally. When you master your inner world, you realize that nothing outside of you has power over you. Circumstances no longer dictate your state of being. Instead, your state of being dictates your circumstances. This realization frees you from the illusion of victimhood and places you firmly in the role of creator. You are no longer at the mercy of life, you are life itself, unfolding in alignment with your vision. The beauty of this truth is its simplicity. You do not need external tools, validation, or approval to change your life. Everything you need is already within you. By aligning your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs with the reality you wish to experience, you unlock the infinite potential of creation. Your inner world shapes your outer world, and by mastering this principle, you can create a life that reflects the deepest desires of your heart. In a world that never seems to stop, where every moment is filled with alerts, demands, and distractions, the greatest gift you can give yourself is silence. The external world is a constant stream of noise, voices clamoring for your attention, expectations pulling you in different directions, and the unending barrage of information that keeps your mind perpetually occupied. Amid all this chaos, the truth of who you are, what you desire, and what truly matters gets drowned out. To reclaim your peace and power, you must learn to silence the noise of the external world and turn inward to the stillness where all answers reside. The external world thrives on your attention. Advertisements beg for you to buy, social media vies for your validation, and the opinions of others infiltrate your mind. These forces are designed to distract you from yourself, to keep you engaged with everything but your inner truth. The more you chase external noise, the further you drift from the clarity and peace that lie within. Silence is not just the absence of sound, it is the absence of unnecessary influence. In silence, you can finally hear the quiet whisper of your intuition, the voice that is often overshadowed by the chaos around you. This is not to say that the external world is inherently bad. It serves its purpose, offering experiences and lessons that shape your journey. However, when the external becomes your focus, when you allow it to dictate your emotions and decisions, you lose touch with your inner guidance. The noise of the world is loud, but its power over you is an illusion. You have the choice to step back, to disengage, and to listen to something far more profound, the stillness within. Creating silence in a noisy world begins with boundaries. You must protect your energy as you would a precious resource. Not every conversation needs your participation, not every opinion deserves your response, and not every demand requires your attention. By saying no to what does not serve your highest self, you say yes to the space where silence can flourish. This is not selfish, it is necessary. Without boundaries, your mind becomes a battleground for external forces, leaving little room for the calm that nurtures your soul. Silence is also a practice of presence. In a society addicted to speed and productivity, pausing can feel unnatural, even uncomfortable. Yet, it is in the pause that life reveals its depth. When you allow yourself to be fully present, you break free from the grip of past regrets and future anxieties. The present moment is the only place where silence truly exists. By grounding yourself in the now, you step into a space where external noise loses its hold, and the beauty of simplicity emerges. Disengaging from the external does not mean isolating yourself or rejecting the world. It means choosing to interact with it on your terms. It means filtering what you allow into your mind and heart. Ask yourself, does this conversation uplift me? Does this news feed inspire me? Does this relationship align with my values? If the answer is no, give yourself permission to step away. Silence is not avoidance, it is discernment. It is the recognition that not everything deserves a place in your sacred inner world. One of the most powerful ways to cultivate silence is through solitude. Time alone is not loneliness, it is a return to self. In solitude, you reconnect with your thoughts and emotions without interference. You begin to understand what truly drives you, what you long for, and what no longer serves you. Solitude is the fertile ground where your dreams take root, free from the distractions that often keep them buried. Meditation is another doorway to silence. In meditation, you train your mind to release the chatter of the external world and find stillness within. At first, the mind may resist, filling the quiet with restless thoughts. But with practice, the noise subsides, and a deeper silence emerges, a silence that is not empty but full of clarity and peace. This silence is where creativity, intuition, and inspiration are born. It is the space where you remember that you are more than your circumstances, more than the noise of the world. Technology, while a powerful tool, is one of the greatest sources of noise in modern life. Constant notifications, endless scrolling, and the illusion of connection often leave you feeling more disconnected than ever. To silence this noise, you must take control of your relationship with technology. Set limits on your screen time. Create moments in your day where you disconnect entirely. Use technology intentionally as a tool to serve your growth, not as a distraction from your inner work. The silence you seek is not something you need to create, it is already within you. The noise of the external world simply obscures it. By stepping away from the distractions and reconnecting with yourself, you uncover the stillness that has always been there. This silence is a source of strength, clarity, and wisdom. It is the foundation upon which you can build a life aligned with your highest vision. In silencing the noise of the external world, you do not lose anything, you gain everything. You gain the ability to hear your own voice, to trust your own path, and to live a life that is true to you. The world will continue to spin, and the noise will persist, but it does not have to consume you. When you choose silence, you reclaim your power. You remember that the external world is but a reflection of your inner state, and in that silence you find the freedom to shape it on your terms. Life offers a choice to be the creator of your experiences or the reactor to your circumstances. Many move through life in a state of reactivity, allowing external events to dictate their emotions, decisions, and overall state of being. In this mode, you become a passenger, carried by the currents of life, often feeling powerless and at the mercy of forces beyond your control. But to become the creator is to take the reins of your destiny. It is to step into the understanding that your thoughts, beliefs, and actions shape the life you live. The difference between the two lies not in what happens to you, but in how you choose to respond and the role you assume in your story. Reacting is easy, it is the default state for most. When something goes wrong, the immediate instinct is to blame the situation, people, or even fate. This reaction often comes from a place of fear, frustration, or lack. It's a conditioned response rooted in the belief that life happens to you rather than through you. Reactivity keeps you tied to external circumstances, perpetually waiting for something or someone to change so you can feel better. This cycle creates a sense of powerlessness, as if you are a bystander in your own life. On the other hand, becoming the creator requires awareness, intention, and responsibility. It begins with recognizing that the world outside is a reflection of the world within. Every thought you hold, every belief you nurture, and every feeling you embody contributes to the reality you experience. This is not to say that you control every event or person in your life, but you do have the power to control how you interpret, respond to, and grow from them. This shift from reaction to creation is transformative. It places you in the role of the artist, painting your life with the colors of your choosing. As a creator, your first tool is your mind. Thoughts are not fleeting, inconsequential things. They are seeds planted in the fertile soil of your subconscious. Over time, these seeds grow into the experiences and outcomes that define your reality. When you think with intention, focusing on what you desire rather than what you fear, you align your inner world with the outcomes you wish to see in the outer world. It is not enough to simply want something. You must think, feel, and act as though it is already yours. This alignment is what transforms desire into reality. Emotion is the fuel of creation. While thoughts set the direction, emotions provide the energy. To become the creator, you must cultivate emotions that resonate with the reality you want to experience. If you seek joy, practice gratitude. If you seek abundance, feel the freedom and satisfaction that come with having enough. Too often, people wait for circumstances to generate these feelings, but as the creator, you understand that it works the other way around. By embodying the emotions of your desired reality now, you draw that reality closer to you. Becoming the creator also means embracing responsibility. This is not about blame or self-criticism, but about owning your role in shaping your life. Responsibility empowers you because it reminds you that you are never truly stuck. Every moment is an opportunity to choose differently, to think differently, and to act differently. Even in the face of challenges, you retain the power to create meaning, growth, and transformation. As long as you are willing to take ownership, you remain the author of your story. Reacting often stems from fear of losing control, being hurt, or failing. But as the creator, you operate from a place of trust. You trust that your inner alignment will manifest in your external reality. You trust that challenges are not punishments but opportunities to refine your vision and strengthen your resolve. This trust allows you to move through life with confidence and peace, unshaken by temporary setbacks. Action is where creation becomes tangible. Thought and emotion are powerful, but they must be coupled with inspired action to bring your vision to life. The difference between reactive action and creative action lies in intention. Reactive actions are hurried, driven by anxiety or a need to fix. Creative actions are deliberate, guided by clarity and purpose. They are not always grand gestures. Sometimes they are small, consistent steps that, over time, build the reality you envision. Being a creator does not mean controlling every detail of life. There will always be factors beyond your influence. But even in those moments, you have the power to choose your response. You can see obstacles as insurmountable or as stepping stones. You can let disappointment define you or use it as fuel for growth. The creator sees every experience as part of a greater masterpiece, knowing that even the challenges serve a purpose in the grand design. The journey from reactor to creator is not a one-time decision but a daily practice. It requires mindfulness to catch yourself in moments of reactivity and the courage to choose creation instead. It requires patience, as not every shift will yield immediate results. And it requires faith in the process, trusting that the reality you seek is already taking shape, even if it is not yet visible. To become the creator is to reclaim your power. It is to realize that you are not a victim of life's circumstances, but the architect of your destiny. When you create rather than react, you align yourself with the infinite potential within you. You step into your role as a deliberate, conscious participant in the unfolding of your life. And in doing so, you transform not just your own reality, but the world around you. True transformation begins with a single, profound realization: you must love yourself fully and unconditionally. Without self-love, no amount of external change can bring lasting fulfillment. It is the foundation upon which all growth, healing, and personal evolution are built. When you cultivate self-love, You align with your intrinsic worth and recognize that you are deserving of all the joy, peace, and abundance life has to offer. This love is not born out of arrogance or selfishness, but out of an understanding that you cannot give to others, achieve your goals, or navigate life's challenges unless you first honor yourself. Self-love is the courage to accept yourself as you are in this moment. It means embracing your flaws, imperfections, and past mistakes without judgment. So often people seek transformation because they believe they are broken or unworthy. But transformation does not come from fixing what is broken. It comes from realizing that you were never broken to begin with. You are a work in progress, and every part of you, both the light and the shadow, contributes to the unique being that you are. Self-love allows you to see yourself through a lens of compassion, where you no longer criticize or reject the parts of you that need the most care. To love yourself is to recognize your value, independent of external achievements or validation. Society often teaches us to measure our worth by what we accomplish, how others perceive us, or the roles we fulfill. This creates a cycle of striving, where we are constantly chasing something outside of ourselves to feel good enough. But the truth is, your worth is inherent. It does not fluctuate with success or failure, nor does it depend on the approval of others. Self-love anchors you in this truth, freeing you from the endless pursuit of external validation and allowing you to stand confidently in your own essence. When you love yourself, you set boundaries that protect your well-being. Many people struggle with saying no or prioritizing their needs because they fear disappointing others or being seen as selfish. But self-love reminds you that your time, energy, and emotional health are sacred. By honoring your limits, you teach others how to treat you and create space for what truly matters in your life. Boundaries are not walls to keep people out. They are pathways to healthier, more authentic connections. When you operate from a place of self-love, you no longer sacrifice your peace to please others. Self-love is also the key to healing. Emotional wounds, traumas, and insecurities often linger because we resist confronting them. We bury our pain, hoping it will disappear, but it manifests in other ways through anxiety, anger, or self-sabotage. Loving yourself means having the courage to face these wounds with tenderness and understanding. It means forgiving yourself for past mistakes and releasing the shame or guilt that weighs you down. Healing is not a linear process, and it requires patience. But when you approach it with self-love, you create an environment where growth and recovery can flourish. Transformation through self-love is not about becoming someone new. It is about uncovering who you already are. Life's experiences, challenges, and conditioning often cause us to lose sight of our true essence. We begin to believe the stories we are told about who we should be, rather than embracing who we truly are. Self-love peels back these layers of doubt and fear, revealing the authentic self that has always been within. This authenticity becomes the foundation for any meaningful change. When you act from a place of self-love, your choices align with your deepest values and desires, rather than the expectations of others. One of the most powerful aspects of self-love is how it transforms your relationship with failure. Many people fear failure because they equate it with unworthiness. But when you love yourself, failure becomes an opportunity rather than a reflection of your value. You understand that mistakes are simply stepping stones on the path of growth. They do not define you, they refine you. Self-love gives you the resilience to try again, to learn from your experiences, and to keep moving forward, knowing that your worth is never diminished by setbacks. Self-love also expands your capacity to love others. You cannot pour from an empty cup. When you neglect your own needs, your relationships suffer, because you operate from a place of depletion rather than abundance. But when you prioritize self-love, you have more to give. Your love becomes unconditional because it is not rooted in fear, neediness, or insecurity. Instead, it flows freely, unburdened by the expectation that others must fill the gaps in your self-worth. This creates deeper, more fulfilling connections as you are able to give and receive love authentically. Cultivating self-love is a daily practice. It is found in the small, intentional choices you make to honor yourself. It is in the way you speak to yourself, the thoughts you entertain, and the actions you take to nurture your mind, body, and soul. It is in celebrating your successes, no matter how small, and in showing yourself kindness on the days when you stumble. Self-love is not a destination, it is a journey, one that evolves as you grow and change. As you build this foundation of self-love, transformation becomes inevitable. You begin to see yourself not as someone who needs to be fixed, but as someone who is continuously unfolding into their highest potential. You release the need to prove yourself and instead embrace the freedom to simply be. With self-love as your guide, you discover a strength and beauty within that no external circumstance can take away. You become the architect of your own life, creating a reality that reflects the love and respect you have for yourself. And in doing so, you transform not only your own world, but also the lives of those around you. The art of assumption is one of the most powerful tools for transforming your life, yet it remains elusive to many who are caught in the cycle of reacting to their current circumstances. Assumption is not mere wishful thinking, it is a deliberate act of aligning your inner state with the reality you desire, regardless of what the outer world may presently show. Mastering this art is to step into the role of creator, where you shape your experiences through the lens of belief, imagination, and unwavering conviction. At its core, the art of assumption begins with the understanding that reality is fluid and shaped by consciousness. The external world is not fixed, it is a mirror reflecting the dominant thoughts and beliefs held within you. When you assume something to be true, you impress this belief upon your subconscious mind. The subconscious, acting without question or resistance, begins to orchestrate events, people, and circumstances to bring this assumption into being. It does so not because of magical thinking, but because of the alignment between your inner state and the energy you project outward. The first step in mastering assumption is clarity. You must know what you desire with specificity and conviction. Vague wishes yield vague results. Instead of saying, "I want to be successful," assume, "I am a successful entrepreneur, thriving in my chosen field." The more vivid and detailed your assumption, the more powerful its impact. Engage all your senses, see, feel, hear, and even taste the reality you wish to experience. This sensory engagement bridges the gap between imagination and belief, making your assumption feel real and attainable. Next comes the act of embodying the assumption. It is not enough to think about your desired outcome, you must live as though it is already yours. This means aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with the reality you are assuming. If you assume yourself to be confident, how would you think, speak, and carry yourself? If you assume abundance, how would you approach your finances, relationships, and opportunities? Embodying the assumption creates a resonance within you that draws the corresponding reality into your experience. One of the most challenging aspects of mastering assumption is releasing doubt. The current circumstances of your life may contradict the reality you are seeking to create. These contradictions can provoke skepticism, causing you to waver in your belief. But doubt is the enemy of assumption. It creates resistance that blocks the flow of manifestation. To overcome doubt, focus not on what you see, but on what you know to be true in your mind and heart. The outer world is a delayed reflection. It takes time to catch up with the changes you make internally. Trust the process and remain steadfast in your assumption, even when the evidence is not immediately apparent. Another key to mastering assumption is persistence. Change rarely happens overnight. The mind is a creature of habit, and it often clings to old patterns and beliefs, even when they no longer serve you. Persistence is the act of reaffirming your assumption, day after day, until it becomes the dominant thought in your consciousness. This repetition rewires your subconscious mind, replacing doubt with certainty and fear with faith. Over time, the assumption becomes so ingrained that it feels natural, and when it feels natural, it manifests. The power of assumption is amplified when coupled with emotion. Emotion is the energy that fuels your thoughts and gives them life. To assume a reality without feeling it is like planting a seed without watering it, it cannot grow. When you assume, immerse yourself in the emotions that come with your desired reality. Feel the joy, gratitude, and excitement as though the outcome has already been achieved. This emotional engagement not only reinforces your assumption, but also raises your vibrational state, aligning you with the frequency of your desired reality. A vital component of mastering the art of assumption is detachment. While it may seem contradictory, true assumption requires letting go of the need to control how or when your desire will manifest. Clinging to the outcome creates tension and signals to your subconscious mind that you do not truly believe in the reality you are assuming. Detachment is not indifference, it is a state of trust and surrender. It is the knowing that what you have assumed is already yours, even if the evidence has not yet appeared. The art of assumption also involves self-awareness. Pay attention to the thoughts and beliefs that dominate your mind throughout the day. Are they aligned with the reality you wish to create, or are they rooted in fear and lack? Assumptions are formed not only through deliberate acts, but also through habitual thinking. By cultivating mindfulness, you can catch and replace limiting assumptions with empowering ones, ensuring that your inner dialogue supports your desired outcome. Ultimately, mastering the art of assumption is about stepping into your power as a creator. It is about recognizing that you are not at the mercy of external circumstances, but are instead the architect of your reality. This power comes with responsibility, as you must choose your assumptions wisely. What you assume consistently, you will inevitably experience. Therefore, assume the best for yourself and for others. Assume success, happiness, health, and abundance, not because you see them in the present moment, but because you know they are yours to claim. The beauty of assumption is that it does not require external validation or permission. It begins and ends within you. When you master this art, you transcend the limitations of the physical world and step into a life of infinite possibilities. You become the conscious creator of your destiny, shaping your world with the power of belief and the certainty of imagination. The year of total commitment to self is a powerful declaration to step into a life that is fully aligned with your deepest desires, needs, and aspirations. It's a commitment to stop living for others' approval, expectations, or validation, and instead place yourself at the center of your own universe. In a world that constantly demands attention from every angle, it's easy to lose sight of your true self. The distractions, pressures, and opinions of others can cloud your judgment and steer you off course. But when you commit to yourself, you break free from the noise and reclaim your power, your purpose, and your peace. Total commitment to self requires a shift in perspective. It means understanding that self-care is not selfish, but necessary for your well-being. To give to others, to pursue your passions, and to show up as your best self in the world, you must first nurture yourself. You cannot pour from an empty cup, and when you neglect your own needs, desires, and boundaries, you create a life of burnout, resentment, and dissatisfaction. This year, commit to filling your cup first. Prioritize your health, your joy, your passions, and your mental clarity. You deserve that, and only when you honor yourself can you fully give to others from a place of abundance. A key element of this commitment is setting boundaries. Boundaries are an act of self-respect and self-love. They are not walls to push people away, but rather guidelines that preserve your energy, time, and emotional health. Too often, we allow others' demands to overshadow our own needs. We say yes when we want to say no. We sacrifice our personal time for obligations that do not align with our values, and we give our energy to people who drain us. Total commitment to self requires learning how to say no, how to protect your time, and how to honor your own needs without guilt. Boundaries may be difficult at first, but they are a sign of strength, not weakness. This year of commitment also calls for a deep dive into self-awareness. It's about taking the time to truly get to know yourself, your thoughts, your feelings, your triggers, and your desires. Self-awareness is the foundation of personal growth because it helps you understand the patterns and beliefs that have shaped your life. It allows you to question what is serving you and what is not, and gives you the clarity to make conscious decisions about who you want to become. Through journaling, meditation, therapy, or quiet reflection, you can create the space to discover what truly matters to you, what your authentic self needs to thrive, and how you can move forward in a way that honors your true essence. Total commitment to self also involves breaking free from the limitations you've placed on yourself. For too long, many of us have played small, held back by fear, self-doubt, or a sense of inadequacy. We've convinced ourselves that we are not capable, not worthy, or not deserving of the success, love, or happiness we desire. But this year, commit to rewriting the story you tell yourself. Let go of the limiting beliefs that have held you hostage and start believing in your own potential. When you fully commit to yourself, you stop waiting for external circumstances or validation to give you permission to step into your greatness. You trust that you are enough, just as you are, and that you have everything within you to create the life you want. Self-commitment also means embracing your own strengths and weaknesses. It's about giving yourself permission to be imperfect and understanding that growth is a journey, not a destination. Too often, we beat ourselves up for not being where we think we should be, or for not meeting the standards others have set for us. But true commitment to self involves self-compassion. It's the understanding that progress is not linear, and that mistakes, setbacks, and challenges are a natural part of the process. When you commit to yourself, you give yourself grace, knowing that each step, no matter how small, brings you closer to becoming the person you are meant to be. Another critical aspect of this commitment is nourishing your body and mind. Physical health is an essential part of self-love. In a world that often glorifies hustle and overwork, it's easy to neglect the body that carries you through life. Total commitment to self means making time for regular exercise, nourishing your body with wholesome foods, and getting enough rest. It's about prioritizing your physical well-being as an act of self-respect, knowing that when you feel good in your body, your mind will follow. Mental health is equally important. Taking time for relaxation, seeking therapy when needed, and engaging in activities that bring you peace and joy are crucial to maintaining balance and clarity in your life. This year of total commitment also involves a shift in how you view and nurture your relationships. The people you surround yourself with have a profound impact on your energy and well-being. Commitment to self means being mindful of who you allow into your inner circle. Surround yourself with those who uplift you, inspire you, and encourage your growth. Release relationships that drain you, that hold you back, or that cause you to doubt your worth. Let go of toxic dynamics and create space for connections that honor your authenticity. True commitment to yourself means creating a life that reflects your values, your desires, and your well-being. A year of total commitment to self is about living intentionally. It is easy to get caught up in the rush of life and lose sight of what truly matters. This year, take a step back and ask yourself what you truly want to create. What do you want to experience? What kind of person do you want to become? Living intentionally means making conscious choices each day that align with your vision for your life. It's about taking responsibility for your happiness and understanding that you are the creator of your reality. The year of total commitment to self is an invitation to choose yourself, to honor yourself, and to trust in your own power. It is a commitment to stepping fully into the life you were meant to live. When you make this commitment, everything begins to change. You attract opportunities, relationships, and experiences that align with your highest good. The world around you begins to mirror the love, respect, and care you have for yourself. This is your year to become the fullest expression of who you are, unapologetically and authentically. And in doing so, you create a life that is rich, fulfilling, and entirely your own. In conclusion, the year of total commitment to self is a transformative journey of self-discovery, self-love, and personal empowerment. By dedicating yourself to your own growth, well-being, and happiness, you break free from the external noise that distracts you and reconnect with the truth of who you are. This commitment requires setting boundaries, embracing self-awareness, nourishing your body and mind, and nurturing meaningful relationships. It is a year to step fully into your power, trust in your potential, and create the life you truly desire. As you embark on this journey, remember that total commitment to yourself is not a one-time decision, but a daily practice. With every choice you make, you are shaping your reality and reinforcing your worth. You are worthy of every dream, every success, and every moment of peace. Thank you for taking the time to listen and reflect on this powerful commitment. May this year be one of growth, fulfillment, and deep connection with yourself. Thank you. You may believe that time is your greatest obstacle, but I assure you, the creation of your reality is not bound by days or weeks. In 3 days you can manifest anything you desire, if you learn to command your mind and harness the infinite power within you. The first step is clarity. What do you want? Do not say, I want to be happy, or I want to be rich. Be exact. Define your wish with such clarity that it takes form in your mind. Imagine the end result, not the steps, not the process, but the fulfillment of your desire. Clarity is the foundation upon which all manifestation rests. Without clarity, the mind becomes a chaotic landscape of scattered desires, conflicting intentions, and half-formed wishes. To manifest anything in life, one must understand that clarity is not just a tool but a prerequisite. It is the precision of thought and intention that channels the boundless creative power within us. Imagine setting out on a journey without a destination. No matter how fast you travel or how long you strive, you will wander aimlessly. Similarly, when your desires are vague or undefined, your energy is dissipated, and the outcome remains elusive. To manifest with clarity, begin by asking yourself one simple question: what do I truly want? It sounds straightforward, but many struggle with this because they confuse fleeting whims with their deeper desires. They might say, I want success or I want love, but these statements lack the specificity needed for the mind to grasp them fully. Success in what? Love with whom? What does it look like, feel like, sound like? The universe responds not to vague ideas, but to vivid, precise visions. When you articulate your desire with absolute clarity, you set a clear intention that acts as a blueprint for creation. Clarity requires stripping away doubts, fears, and societal expectations. Often people are unclear about what they want because they allow external influences to cloud their vision. They desire what they believe they should want rather than what resonates with their true selves. This creates a disconnect between their conscious and subconscious minds, leading to frustration and stagnation. To gain clarity, one must turn inward and listen to the voice of their inner being. Meditate on your desires, journal your thoughts, and refine your vision until it feels authentic and aligned with your soul. When you are clear about your desire, it becomes a magnet. Your thoughts, feelings, and actions naturally align with this vision, drawing opportunities, people, and circumstances that resonate with it. Clarity eliminates resistance. Without it, you may find yourself oscillating between conflicting thoughts like, I want this, but maybe I should settle for that, or I hope this happens, but what if it doesn't? These contradictions dilute your focus and send mixed signals to the universe. However, when you are unwaveringly clear, your mind becomes a laser beam, cutting through obstacles and illuminating the path to your goal. Visualization is a powerful practice for cultivating clarity. Close your eyes and create a mental picture of your desired outcome. See it in as much detail as possible. Clarity also requires If your faith. Goal is a new home, it is not enough to imagine know what you want. You must believe the color in its of the inevitability. Walls. The scent of fresh paint clouds the mind sound and weakens your focus, on the floors, while the warmth of sunlight your vision and strengthens your resolve. Engage all your senses until the universe is so real that it invokes genuine emotions even when you cannot yet see the evidence. These emotions allows you to remain clear and unwavering, even in the face of temporary delays or challenges. Many people underestimate the importance of clarity because they are preoccupied with how they fixate on the steps needed to achieve their desire, instead of focusing on the end result. This is a critical mistake. The how is not your concern, it is the domain of the infinite intelligence that orchestrates all creation. Your only task is to define your desire with clarity and hold that vision firmly in your mind. The universe will arrange the circumstances, often in ways you could never predict. Clarity is not a one-time act, it is an ongoing practice. As you grow and evolve, your desires may shift and your vision may require refinement. This is natural. The key is to remain adaptable while staying true to your core intention. Regularly revisit your vision and ensure it still resonates with your deepest desires. If necessary, adjust it without losing sight of its essence. Lastly, clarity breeds confidence. When you are clear about what you want, you move through life with a sense of purpose and direction. Decisions become easier because you have a clear criterion for evaluating your choices. Does this align with my vision? This confidence is magnetic. It inspires others to support you, attracts resources to your cause, and opens doors that once seemed closed. In the realm of manifestation, clarity is the power that transforms thought into reality. It is the unwavering focus that turns dreams into achievements. To manifest anything, begin with clarity. Define your desire with precision, visualize it with intensity, and believe in its inevitability. With clarity, you align your mind, heart, and spirit, creating a harmonious flow of energy that brings your vision to life. In this state, manifestation becomes not only possible, but inevitable. The act of feeling your desire as real is the cornerstone of manifestation. It is not enough to think about what you want or to simply visualize it in your mind. To bring your desires into reality, you must engage your emotions and embody the state of having already achieved them. This principle transcends mere intellectual understanding. It is about immersing yourself so deeply in the imagined experience that it feels indistinguishable from reality. When you feel it as real, you align your inner world with the reality you wish to create, and the outer world begins to conform to this alignment. The key to feeling something as real lies in the power of imagination. Imagination is not a fleeting daydream. It is the creative faculty that shapes your reality. When you close your eyes and enter the scene of your fulfilled desire, you are not merely playing pretend. You are creating a mental blueprint that the universe uses to materialize your vision. The challenge, however, is to make this imagined state feel as vivid and authentic as your current physical reality. To do this, you must engage all your senses. If your desire is to manifest a loving relationship, imagine the warmth of your partner's embrace, the sound of their laughter, the scent of their favorite perfume or cologne, and the joy of their presence. Feel the softness of their hand in yours and hear the words they speak to you. The more detailed and sensory-rich your imagination, the more real it becomes. You are not merely visualizing, you are experiencing. Emotions are the bridge between your imagination and your reality. Thoughts alone are not enough to manifest. They must be infused with the emotional energy that corresponds to your desired outcome. If your wish is to achieve financial abundance, what does that feel like? Does it feel like freedom, security, or joy? Identify the dominant emotion associated with your desire and allow yourself to feel it fully. This emotional state is the signal you send to the universe, and it acts as a magnet, drawing circumstances that match it. Now, one of the most powerful aspects of feeling your desire as real is the way it shifts your identity. When you embody the emotions and state of being of someone who already has what they want, you begin to think, speak, and act differently. You no longer approach life from a place of lack or longing. Instead, you carry yourself with the confidence and certainty of someone who is fulfilled. This change in identity creates a ripple effect in your reality, as the world reflects back to you the version of yourself you have chosen to become. The mind does not differentiate between real and imagined experiences. This is why a vivid dream can evoke genuine emotions, or why recalling a happy memory can make you smile. When you feel your desire as real, your subconscious mind accepts it as truth and begins to work tirelessly to align your external reality with this internal belief. It influences your thoughts, actions, and even the people and opportunities you attract, all in service of making your imagined state a physical reality. Feeling it as real requires more than fleeting moments of imagination. It demands persistence and consistency. Doubts and fears will inevitably arise, especially if your current circumstances seem far removed from your desired outcome. When this happens, return to the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Practice it daily, even if only for a few minutes. Let it become a habit, a natural part of your inner world. Over time, the imagined state will feel more familiar and comfortable than your current reality, and this is when change begins to happen. Another crucial element of feeling it as real is to avoid focusing on the absence of your desire. Many people sabotage their manifestations by dwelling on the fact that their wish has not yet materialized. This focus on lack generates feelings of frustration, impatience, or doubt, which contradict the emotional state needed to manifest. Instead, act as though your desire is already fulfilled. Celebrate it in your mind, feel gratitude for it, and trust that it is on its way, even if you cannot yet see it. Gratitude is a powerful amplifier of the feeling of reality. When you feel grateful for something as though it already exists, you reinforce the belief that it is yours. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is missing to what is present, creating a sense of abundance and fulfillment. As you practice gratitude for your desire, you strengthen the emotional connection to your vision and accelerate its manifestation. The final piece of feeling it as real is trust. Trust that the universe is responding to your emotional state, even if there are no immediate signs. Trust that your inner world is the source of your external reality, and that by sustaining the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you are creating the conditions for its inevitable appearance. This trust allows you to detach from the outcome and surrender the how and when, knowing that the process is already in motion. To feel it as real is to live in the state of your wish fulfilled before it manifests. It is to embrace the emotions, thoughts, and identity of someone who already has what they desire. By doing so, you transform your inner world, and your outer world follows suit. This is not a passive act, but an active and deliberate practice of creation, one that holds the power to reshape your reality and bring your dreams to life. The principle of focus over force is a profound realization that achieving your desires is not about struggling or exerting brute strength, but rather about the precision of your attention and the power of your intention. Force is an exhausting endeavor, often rooted in fear, desperation, or the belief that we must push against obstacles to get what we want. Focus, on the other hand, is calm, deliberate, and deeply aligned with the flow of creation. It allows you to harness your energy efficiently and direct it toward your goals without resistance or unnecessary effort. To understand the difference, consider how water carves through stone. It does not force its way through with sheer might. Instead, it flows consistently, guided by its path. Over time, its focused movement shapes the rock, achieving what force could never accomplish. This is the essence of focus. When you apply your attention with clarity and consistency, you align with the natural rhythms of life, allowing circumstances to shift and unfold in your favor. Focus begins with clarity. You cannot direct your energy effectively if you are uncertain about what you truly want. When your mind is scattered, jumping from one idea to another, you dilute your power. It is like trying to light a fire with a magnifying glass, but constantly moving it around the heat never concentrates enough to ignite the flame. To manifest your desires, you must choose one goal, one vision, and commit your attention fully to it. This unwavering focus acts as a beacon, drawing the elements necessary for its fulfillment. Force, by contrast, often emerges from a place of lack or impatience. It is driven by the belief that you must control every detail, manipulate outcomes, or fight against resistance. This approach creates tension, both within yourself and in your external reality. The more you force, the more obstacles seem to appear, as though the universe is reflecting back the chaotic energy you are emitting. Force depletes your energy, leaving you frustrated and disconnected from the ease that is available when you shift to focus. When you focus, you cultivate a state of calm assurance. You trust in the power of your intention and the process of creation. This trust allows you to release the need to micromanage or overanalyze. Instead of chasing after your desire or trying to make it happen through sheer willpower, you hold the vision of your goal clearly in your mind and allow the natural flow of life to guide you. This does not mean you do nothing. It means that your actions are inspired rather than forced. They come from a place of alignment, where effort feels effortless and progress unfolds naturally. The art of focus involves more than just thinking about your desire. It requires feeling it as real and maintaining that emotional state consistently. When you focus on what you want with belief and intention, you generate a powerful vibration that attracts matching circumstances. However, when you approach your desire with force, your energy is often tinged with doubt, fear, or frustration. These emotions create resistance and block the manifestation process. Focus, by contrast, is free of resistance because it is rooted in trust and clarity. One of the greatest challenges is learning to let go of the urge to force outcomes. This requires patience and the ability to remain centered even when progress seems slow or invisible. The temptation to push harder often arises from a lack of faith in the process. But true power lies in maintaining your focus, even in the face of uncertainty. When you trust that your energy and attention are enough to set the wheels of creation in motion, you free yourself from the exhausting cycle of force and struggle. Another important aspect of focus is the ability to say no to distractions. Distractions come in many forms: doubt, fear, the opinions of others, or even competing desires. Each time you allow your attention to wander, you dilute the energy available for your primary goal. Discipline your mind to return to your vision whenever it strays. This is not about forcing yourself to focus, but about gently guiding your thoughts back to where they need to be. Over time, this practice becomes second nature, and your focus becomes a steady flame rather than a flickering spark. Focus also requires alignment between your thoughts, feelings, and actions. If you think about your desire but feel doubt, or act in ways that contradict it, you create internal conflict. To truly focus, you must align all aspects of yourself with your goal. Think thoughts that support your vision, feel the emotions of having already achieved it, and take actions that reflect your belief in its inevitability. This alignment amplifies your energy and accelerates the manifestation process. Focus over force is about surrender. Surrender is not giving up, it is releasing the need to control and allowing the universe to handle the details. When you force, you limit the possibilities by trying to dictate how and when your desire will appear. But when you focus, you open yourself to infinite ways your goal can be achieved, often in ways far better than you could have imagined. Surrendering allows you to move with the current rather than against it, conserving your energy and ensuring a smoother journey. In life, it is not the one who works the hardest or pushes the most who succeeds, but the one who masters the art of focus. By shifting your energy from force to focus, you transform your approach to manifestation. You become like the steady stream of water, flowing effortlessly toward your goal, carving a path with grace and persistence. In this state, you unlock the true power within you and align with the boundless potential of creation. The state of the wish fulfilled is the key to unlocking the life you desire. It is not a matter of hoping, wishing, or waiting for your dreams to come true. It is about assuming that what you desire is already yours. When you embody the state of the wish fulfilled, you align yourself with the energy and reality of your desired outcome, allowing it to materialize effortlessly. This state is a powerful shift in consciousness that bridges the gap between imagination and reality, making the unseen seen. To live in the state of the wish fulfilled, you must first recognize that all creation begins within. The outer world is merely a reflection of your inner world, a mirror of your dominant thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. When you internalize the reality of your wish being fulfilled, you project that certainty outward, and the world begins to rearrange itself to match your internal state. This is not magic, it is the natural law of creation at work. Assuming the state of the wish fulfilled begins with imagination. Imagination is the tool through which you create your desired reality. But when you close your eyes and vividly imagine yourself living the life you desire, you are not merely daydreaming, you are laying the foundation for that reality to manifest. Imagine with all your senses, as though you are already experiencing what you desire. If your wish is to live in abundance, feel the joy of financial freedom, see the numbers in your bank account, hear the affirmations of success from others, and taste the fruits of your labor. The more real the experience in your mind, the more powerfully it imprints on your subconscious mind. The subconscious does not distinguish between real and imagined experiences. When you consistently dwell in the state of the wish fulfilled, your subconscious accepts it as truth and begins to shape your actions, thoughts, and circumstances to align with this new reality. This is why it is critical to persist in this state, even if your current circumstances suggest otherwise. Doubts and fears are natural, but they must not dominate your mental space. Each time you catch yourself slipping into disbelief or focusing on lack, gently guide your thoughts back to the fulfillment of your desire. Feelings are the bridge between imagination and manifestation. To assume the state of the wish fulfilled, you must feel as though your desire is already accomplished. Emotions such as joy, gratitude, and relief are powerful signals to the universe that you are aligned with your desired reality. For instance, if your wish is to find a loving relationship, feel the warmth and happiness of being with your ideal partner. Embrace the emotions that come with your wish as though they are already part of your life. This emotional alignment accelerates the process of manifestation. Living in the state of the wish fulfilled also requires a shift in identity. You must see yourself as the person who already has what you desire. Speak, think, and act in ways that reflect this new identity. If your wish is to achieve success in your career, carry yourself with the confidence and mindset of someone who has already reached that level of achievement. This shift in self-perception is not about pretending or deceiving yourself. It is about stepping into the truth of your potential and aligning with the version of yourself who has already succeeded. Faith plays a vital role in sustaining the state of the wish fulfilled. Faith is the unwavering belief that your desire is already yours, even when external evidence has not yet appeared. It is the conviction that the unseen is as real as the seen, and that your inner state has the power to shape your outer world. Faith allows you to let go of the how and when of manifestation, trusting that the universe will orchestrate the details in perfect timing. Gratitude is another essential aspect of living in this state. When you feel grateful for your desire as though it has already manifested, you amplify the energy of fulfillment. Gratitude shifts your focus from lack to abundance and reinforces the belief that your wish is already accomplished. By cultivating a sense of gratitude, you anchor yourself in the emotional state of having, rather than wanting. Persistence is key. The state of the wish fulfilled must become your dominant state of being. It is not enough to visit this state occasionally or when it feels convenient. You must dwell in it consistently, allowing it to permeate your thoughts, emotions, and actions. Each time you choose to align with the reality of your wish being fulfilled, you strengthen the connection between your inner and outer worlds. Surrender is essential. Surrender does not mean giving up on your desire, it means releasing the need to control the outcome. When you dwell in the state of the wish fulfilled, trust that the universe is working on your behalf. Detach from the specifics of how your desire will manifest, and focus instead on maintaining the feeling of fulfillment. This surrender creates space for the universe to bring your desire to you in ways that may surpass your expectations. The state of the wish fulfilled is not about longing or striving, but about being. It is about embodying the reality of your desire so completely that it becomes inevitable. When you live in this state, you transcend doubt and fear, aligning yourself with the flow of creation. Your wish is no longer a distant dream, it is a present reality, waiting to unfold in your experience. Detachment and trust are two foundational pillars of manifesting your desires, and together they create a harmonious relationship between intention and allowing. Detachment is the art of releasing the need to control or obsess over the outcome, while trust is the unwavering belief that what you desire is already on its way to you. When practiced together, detachment and trust free you from the burden of worry and impatience, creating a state of flow where manifestation unfolds naturally. At the heart of detachment lies the understanding that clinging to a desire creates resistance. When you hold on to something too tightly, whether it's a relationship, a goal, or an outcome, you inadvertently signal fear and doubt to the universe. This fear is rooted in the belief that if you let go, the desire may not come to fruition. However, this very attachment can block the energy of manifestation, much like a clenched fist cannot receive a gift. Detachment is not about giving up, it is about releasing the need to control every detail and trusting that the process is unfolding perfectly. Trust is what makes detachment possible. It is the quiet confidence that the universe, or the higher power you believe in, is working behind the scenes to bring your desire to life. Trust requires faith in the unseen and the willingness to let go of the how and when. This does not mean you stop caring about your desire or take no action. It means you act with the assurance that everything is aligning in your favor, even if the path is not immediately visible. Trust allows you to focus on the present moment, knowing that your future is secure. Detachment does not mean indifference or apathy. On the contrary, It is a state of deep inner peace that comes from knowing you have done your part by setting your intention and that the rest will be taken care of. When you detach, you free yourself from the anxiety of waiting and the frustration of not seeing immediate results. You shift your energy from lack to abundance, from wanting to having. This shift creates a powerful alignment that accelerates the manifestation process. The paradox of detachment is that it often brings your desires to you more quickly. When you let go of the need for something, you stop chasing it energetically. In that moment of release, you allow space for the universe to deliver what you have asked for. It's like planting a seed once you've done the work of planting it in fertile soil. You don't need to dig it up every day to see if it's growing. You trust that with time, sunlight, and water, the seed will sprout and flourish. Similarly, detachment allows your desires to grow without interference. Trust is not always easy, especially in the face of uncertainty. It requires patience and a willingness to surrender to the unknown. However, trust is not blind faith, it is a deep inner, knowing that your desires are valid and that the universe is abundant enough to fulfill them. Trust means believing in your own worthiness and the infinite possibilities available to you. It is the antidote to doubt and fear, providing a solid foundation upon which your manifestations can take root. One of the keys to practicing detachment and trust is to focus on the feeling of having your desire, rather than the lack of it. When you dwell on what you don't have or obsess over why it hasn't arrived yet, you amplify the energy of lack, pushing your desire further away. But when you shift your focus to gratitude for what you already have, and the joy of knowing your desire is on its way, you align yourself with the vibration of fulfillment. This alignment creates a magnetic pull that draws your desire closer. Detachment also allows you to remain open to the infinite ways your desire can manifest. When you are too fixated on a specific outcome or method, you limit the universe's ability to deliver. Trust involves surrendering to the idea that the universe may have a better plan than the one you've imagined. By releasing the need to control every detail, you invite unexpected blessings and opportunities that align with your highest good. To cultivate detachment and trust, practice mindfulness and presence. When your mind wanders into worry or doubt, bring it back to the present moment. Remind yourself that everything is unfolding in perfect timing, even if you cannot see it yet. Meditate, visualize, or affirm your trust in the process. These practices help anchor you in a state of calm confidence, allowing you to detach from the outcome without losing sight of your intention. Remember that detachment and trust are acts of self-love. They free you from the stress of overthinking and the pressure of forcing results, giving you the peace and clarity to enjoy the journey. When you detach and trust, you affirm your belief in your own power to create and the universe's ability to deliver. This balance of intention and surrender is the secret to manifesting effortlessly, turning your desires into reality while maintaining a sense of inner harmony. By letting go of the need to control and trusting in the process, you create a powerful state of alignment where your desires can flow to you naturally. Detachment and trust are not weaknesses but strengths, reflecting your deep connection to the infinite creative power within you. Gratitude is a transformative energy that accelerates manifestation by aligning you with the frequency of abundance and fulfillment. It is not merely an act of saying thank you for the blessings you already have, but a powerful emotional state that bridges the gap between where you are and where you wish to be. Gratitude focuses your mind on abundance rather than lack, signaling to the universe that you are ready to receive even more. When you embody gratitude, you shift your energy from wanting to having. This shift is crucial because the energy of wanting inherently acknowledges that something is missing from your life. In contrast, gratitude vibrates with the feeling of fulfillment, as though your desires have already been realized. This emotional alignment is the key to manifestation, as it matches the frequency of what you wish to attract. By feeling grateful for your desires as if they are already yours, you draw them closer with greater speed and ease. Gratitude works because it changes your focus. Instead of dwelling on what you lack or what has yet to come, you direct your attention to what is already present in your life. This creates a sense of completeness, a belief that you are already blessed, and that more blessings are on their way. The law of attraction responds to this energy, mirroring back experiences that confirm your sense of abundance. What you focus on expands, and when you focus on gratitude, you expand the flow of good things into your life. One of the most powerful aspects of gratitude is its ability to dissolve resistance. Resistance occurs when you doubt, fear, or obsess over your desires, creating a barrier between you and what you want to manifest. Gratitude, however, neutralizes these negative emotions. It calms the mind, eases anxiety, and fosters trust in the process. When you are genuinely grateful, you are not worrying about whether your desires will manifest. You already feel as though they have. This state of surrender and faith removes the energetic blocks that can delay manifestation. Gratitude also strengthens your connection to the present moment. Manifestation is not about waiting for the future to bring your desires, but about embodying the feeling of already having them now. When you practice gratitude, you anchor yourself in the now, appreciating the blessings that already surround you. This presence allows you to access the creative power of your imagination and emotions, which are the true drivers of manifestation. The more present and grateful you are, the more aligned you become with the flow of creation. A daily practice of gratitude amplifies its effects. Begin each day by listing 3 things you are grateful for, whether they are small joys or significant milestones. As you write or think about them, feel the emotion of gratitude deeply. Let it fill your heart with warmth and appreciation. This simple habit trains your mind to focus on the positive aspects of your life, creating a momentum of gratitude that carries throughout your day. Over time, you will notice that your perspective shifts, and you begin to see opportunities and blessings that were previously overlooked. Gratitude also has the power to transform challenges and setbacks. Instead of viewing obstacles as roadblocks, gratitude allows you to see them as stepping stones or lessons that guide you toward your desires. When you approach difficulties with gratitude, you shift your energy from frustration to acceptance, opening the door for solutions and breakthroughs. Gratitude turns every experience, whether pleasant or challenging, into an opportunity for growth and alignment with your goals. The magic of gratitude lies in its simplicity and accessibility. You do not need any external tools or conditions to practice it. It is entirely within your control. Whether you are walking, working, or meditating, you can pause at any moment to feel grateful for something in your life. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes, until gratitude becomes your default state of being. This consistent energy of appreciation creates a powerful magnetism that draws your desires into reality. Gratitude also enhances your relationships, which can indirectly support your manifestations. When you express genuine appreciation for the people in your life, you deepen your connections and create an environment of mutual positivity and support. These harmonious relationships elevate your overall energy and contribute to your sense of well-being, making it easier to align with your desires. Another profound aspect of gratitude is its ability to expand your vision. As you practice gratitude for what you have, you begin to realize how much is already available to you. This realization shifts your perspective from scarcity to abundance, allowing you to dream bigger and aim higher. Gratitude dissolves limiting beliefs and opens your mind to the infinite possibilities that the universe holds. Gratitude is not just a feeling, it is a way of being. It is a recognition of the abundance that already exists within and around you. When you live in a state of gratitude, you become a powerful creator of your reality, effortlessly attracting experiences that reflect your inner state. Gratitude is the fuel that accelerates manifestation, turning your desires into tangible results while nurturing a deep sense of peace and joy in the process. By making gratitude a central part of your manifestation practice, you align yourself with the flow of abundance and step into the life you desire with grace and ease. Gratitude is the bridge between intention and realization, the key to unlocking the limitless potential of the universe. It transforms every moment into an opportunity to celebrate and every desire into a certainty waiting to unfold. Persistence without doubt is the cornerstone of successful manifestation, anchoring your desires firmly in the realm of possibility until they materialize. It is the unwavering commitment to your vision, no matter how much time passes or what external circumstances suggest. Manifestation is not always instantaneous. It requires steady belief and the resilience to hold your focus even when the evidence of your desire is not yet visible. Persisting without doubt ensures that your energy remains aligned with your intention, allowing the creative forces of the universe to bring your desire into reality. Doubt is one of the most significant obstacles to manifestation. When you allow doubt to creep into your thoughts, you disrupt the vibrational alignment necessary to bring your desire into being. Doubt is a signal of disbelief, a vibration that contradicts the very outcome you seek. It acts like static interference, blocking the clear communication between your intention and the universal energy that responds to it. To persist without doubt, you must train your mind to remain focused on the feeling of already having what you desire, no matter what temporary setbacks or challenges arise. Persistence is not about forcing or struggling. It is about maintaining a calm, confident belief in the inevitability of your desired outcome. It is a state of faith, a quiet assurance that what you seek is already yours in the unseen realm and is on its way to manifesting in your physical reality. This faith is strengthened by consistent visualization, affirmations, and the practice of embodying the state of the wish fulfilled. When you persist with unwavering belief, you align your energy with the frequency of your desire, creating a magnetic pull that draws it toward you. The key to persisting without doubt lies in managing your inner dialogue. Your thoughts are the building blocks of your reality, and they must align with the vision you hold. When doubt arises, as it inevitably will in moments of uncertainty, it is essential to address it immediately. Replace doubtful thoughts with affirmations of confidence and trust. Remind yourself of past instances where persistence led to success, reinforcing your belief in the process. Every time you choose faith over doubt, you strengthen your ability to manifest. Persistence also requires patience, as the timing of manifestation is often beyond our control. The universe operates in its own perfect timing, aligning circumstances and events in ways that may not be immediately apparent to us. This is why it is crucial to detach from the when and how of your manifestation and trust that everything is unfolding as it should. Patience is not passive. It is an active state of maintaining your belief and continuing to take inspired action while leaving room for the universe to do its part. Visualization is a powerful tool to reinforce persistence. By consistently imagining your desired outcome with vivid detail and emotional intensity, you create a mental blueprint that the universe can work with. Visualization keeps your focus sharp and your energy aligned, even in the face of external challenges. The more real and compelling your vision feels to you, the easier it becomes to persist without wavering. Make your visualization sessions a daily ritual, immersing yourself in the feeling of already having what you desire. Another aspect of persistence is gratitude, which anchors you in the vibration of abundance. When you are grateful for what you have and for what is coming, you affirm your trust in the process. Gratitude transforms waiting into a joyful anticipation, allowing you to persist with a sense of peace rather than frustration. It shifts your focus from lack to fulfillment, reinforcing your belief that your desires are already on their way. Persistence without doubt also requires self-discipline, particularly in controlling your emotional reactions. The journey of manifestation may include moments of disappointment where things seem to be moving in the opposite direction of your desire. In these moments, it is vital to remain steadfast, refusing to let temporary circumstances dictate your inner state. Understand that setbacks are often part of the process, serving as opportunities for growth or as signals to refine your focus. View them as stepping stones rather than obstacles, and use them to strengthen your resolve. Faith is the foundation of persistence. It is the knowing that even if you cannot see the path ahead, it exists and will reveal itself in time. Faith allows you to persist without needing constant validation from external circumstances. It is the assurance that the power within you is greater than any challenge or delay you may face. Cultivating this faith requires practice, but with time it becomes an unshakable part of your being, empowering you to persist with confidence and clarity. To persist without doubt, Embrace the process of becoming the person who already has what you desire. Live from the end, embodying the thoughts, feelings, and actions of someone who has achieved their goal. This embodiment strengthens your belief and aligns your energy with the reality you wish to create. Each day, act as if your manifestation is already complete, and let this conviction guide your decisions and interactions. Persistence without doubt is an act of self-love and self-trust. It is a declaration of your worthiness and your power to create the life you envision. By holding steadfastly to your vision and trusting in the process, you allow the universe to work in harmony with your intention, bringing your desires into being with precision and grace. Through persistence, you become a co-creator of your reality, turning your dreams into tangible experiences. In conclusion, manifestation is not merely about desiring, it is about aligning yourself wholly with the reality you wish to create. By embracing clarity, feeling your desires as real, focusing over forcing, embodying the state of the wish fulfilled, detaching with trust, cultivating gratitude, and persisting without doubt, you unlock the incredible power within you to manifest your dreams. This process is a journey of self-discovery, trust, and unwavering faith. It teaches you to look beyond appearances, to believe in the unseen, and to step into your creative power with confidence. As you practice these principles, remember that your inner world is the true source of your external reality. When you align your mind, emotions, and actions with your desired outcome, the universe cannot help but respond in kind. Thank you for taking the time to explore these ideas and for committing to your growth and empowerment. May your journey be filled with joy, abundance, and the fulfillment of all your heart's desires. Keep believing, keep persisting, and remember the life you dream of is already yours. Ladies and gentlemen, let me remind you of a truth so profound that it can transform your entire existence. The victory you seek is not out there, it is within you. The moment you declare, "I'm going to win," you are not just making a statement, you are setting a law into motion. The foundation of all achievement lies in what you assume to be true about yourself and the world. Assumptions, though often overlooked, are the silent architects of our reality. They shape our thoughts, mold our emotions, and direct our actions. What you deeply and consistently believe about yourself becomes the framework within which your life unfolds. If you assume success, prosperity, and happiness to be yours, life will inevitably align itself to reflect those assumptions. This is not mere wishful thinking, but a profound truth rooted in the nature of consciousness. When you assume something, you do more than hope or wish for it, you accept it as fact, regardless of whether the physical evidence supports it at the moment. This is the essence of creative power. Life mirrors your inner state. What you consistently feel to be true becomes your experience, for the world outside is but a projection of the world within. Your assumptions are the seeds you plant in the fertile soil of consciousness, and like any seed, they grow and bear fruit in due season. The beauty of assumption lies in its simplicity. You do not need to struggle or strain to make it work. There is no effort required to force external circumstances to align with your desires. Instead, the work is entirely internal. You need only to persist in the feeling that your desire is already fulfilled. This feeling, held with conviction, has the power to transform your reality in ways that defy logic and reason. Consider this: when you assume a position of confidence and success, you naturally carry yourself differently. Your posture changes, your voice steadies, and your actions take on a purposeful quality. These outward expressions are not deliberate, they flow effortlessly from the assumption you hold within. Similarly, when you assume lack or failure, your energy reflects hesitation, doubt, and fear, and your reality mirrors those feelings back to you. The power of assumption is neutral, it works in either direction. Therefore, it is vital to assume consciously, to choose deliberately what you will believe about yourself and your world. Many people make the mistake of waiting for external validation before adopting a positive assumption. They wait to see evidence of success before believing they are successful, or they wait for love to arrive before feeling loved. But this approach reverses the natural order. The truth is that the inner change must come first. The outer world is but a shadow, responding to the light of your inner state. By assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you bring the invisible into visibility. It is not the evidence that creates belief, it is belief that creates the evidence. This process does not require struggle, only persistence. Assumptions gain power through repetition and feeling. The more you dwell on an idea with conviction, the more it becomes a part of your subconscious mind. Once embedded in the subconscious, it begins to work tirelessly to bring itself into manifestation. This is why it is essential to guard your assumptions carefully. Do not allow doubts or negative beliefs to take root. Instead, nurture only those ideas that align with your highest aspirations. The power of assumption also liberates you from the tyranny of circumstances. No matter how dire a situation may appear, you are never bound by it. Circumstances are transient, they are effects, not causes. The cause always lies within you, in the assumptions you hold. By changing your assumption, you change the cause, and the effect must follow. This truth is not reserved for the few or the fortunate, it is universal. It applies to everyone, in every situation. Whatever you desire, you can assume it to be yours. Begin now to live as though your dreams are already realized. Feel the joy, the peace, and the gratitude of having already achieved your goals. Hold that feeling steadfastly and watch as life bends to match your vision. For the power of assumption is the power to create, and it is yours to wield. Living from the end is a transformative way of approaching life, one that redefines how you perceive your desires and interact with your reality. It is the art of embodying the state of your wish fulfilled, not as something distant or uncertain, but as a present and tangible truth. This principle shifts your focus from longing and effort to alignment and assurance, enabling you to manifest your deepest desires with grace and ease. When you live from the end, you mentally and emotionally dwell in the state of already having achieved what you desire. It is not about wishing or hoping for something to happen, it is about feeling as if it has already occurred. This shift in consciousness creates a powerful alignment between your inner state and the outer reality you seek to experience. The key lies in recognizing that the external world is a reflection of your inner state. To change your circumstances, you must first change the way you perceive and feel about them. Imagine for a moment the life you desire. What would it feel like to have your dream job, a loving relationship, or financial freedom? Close your eyes and vividly picture the details of that life. See yourself enjoying it, hear the sounds of your success, and feel the emotions that come with it. That feeling of joy, gratitude, and fulfillment is the essence of living from the end. When you hold on to that state and make it your dominant experience, the outer world begins to rearrange itself to match your inner reality. This process is not about denying the present moment or pretending that challenges do not exist. It is about transcending the limitations of the present by anchoring yourself in the certainty of your desired outcome. Living from the end allows you to move through life with confidence and clarity, knowing that the path to your goal is unfolding perfectly, even if the steps are not immediately visible. It eliminates doubt and fear, because your focus is no longer on what might happen, but on the unwavering conviction that your desire is already yours. One of the profound aspects of living from the end is how it transforms your actions and decisions. When you see yourself as already successful, your behavior naturally aligns with that belief. You take bold steps, speak with confidence, and approach challenges with resilience, because you are no longer trying to achieve something, you are simply expressing the reality of what you already know to be true. This shift in perspective not only accelerates the manifestation of your desires, but also brings a sense of peace and empowerment. Doubts and contradictions may arise, especially when the current reality appears to conflict with your vision. But this is where persistence and faith come into play. Living from the end requires that you trust the process and remain steadfast in your inner state, regardless of external circumstances. The world around you may take time to catch up with the reality you are embodying, but it must eventually conform. Circumstances are temporary and fluid, while your inner conviction is the true creative force. Living from the end is not limited to specific goals or milestones, it is a way of life. It invites you to consistently align with your highest self, to see yourself as the person you aspire to be, and to act from that place of assurance and completeness. Each time you practice this, you strengthen your ability to create consciously and intentionally. Over time, it becomes second nature, and your life transforms into a reflection of your most cherished visions. Living from the end is about recognizing that you are the creator of your reality. The power to shape your life lies within you, in your ability to assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled and to dwell in that state with unwavering faith. As you do so, you unlock the limitless potential of your imagination and witness the miraculous unfolding of a life that aligns perfectly with your deepest desires. Imagination is the most powerful faculty you possess, for it is the very essence of creation. It is through imagination that everything in the physical world comes into existence. Before anything can appear in reality, it must first exist in the realm of thought and imagination. This truth underscores a profound principle: imagination creates reality. Your ability to imagine is not a passive exercise or a form of idle daydreaming. It is the act of shaping the unseen into the seen, the intangible into the tangible. Every invention, every great work of art, and every human achievement began as an idea in someone's mind. It was imagined, nurtured, and believed in before it was brought into the world. This creative power is not reserved for a select few. It is a universal ability inherent in every individual. The question is not whether you are using your imagination, but how you are using it. Are you consciously creating the life you desire, or are you allowing your imagination to run unchecked, producing results that reflect fear, doubt, or limitation? The secret lies in the intentional use of imagination. To create the life you want, you must first see it clearly in your mind's eye. Construct vivid mental scenes that represent the fulfillment of your desires. Imagine yourself living the life you dream of, experiencing the joy, satisfaction, and peace that come with it. The more detailed and emotionally charged these scenes are, the more powerfully they impress upon your subconscious mind. Your subconscious does not distinguish between what is real and what is vividly imagined. It accepts whatever you consistently feed it as true and works tirelessly to bring that reality into being. Imagination also allows you to transcend the limitations of your current circumstances. It frees you from the constraints of the present moment, enabling you to explore possibilities that may seem impossible or out of reach. When you engage your imagination, you step into a realm where anything is possible. You are no longer bound by what you see or experience in the physical world. Instead, you align yourself with the reality you wish to create, and as you persist in that alignment, your outer world begins to shift to match your inner vision. This process requires faith and persistence. It is not enough to imagine once and then return to old patterns of doubt and worry. You must live in the state of your imagined reality, revisiting it often and holding it as your dominant mental picture. Even when evidence to the contrary appears, you must remain steadfast in your vision, knowing that the unseen is just as real, if not more so, than what is visible. Your imagination is the blueprint, and reality is simply the structure that forms around it. One of the greatest obstacles to fully embracing the creative power of imagination is the tendency to focus on how your desires will come to pass. This concern is unnecessary and counterproductive. The how is not your responsibility. It is the work of the unseen forces that respond to your focused imagination. Your role is to clearly define what you want and to dwell in the feeling of its fulfillment. Trust that the means will reveal themselves in perfect time and in ways that often surpass your expectations. Imagination creates reality not only on a grand scale but also in the small, everyday details of life. The thoughts and images you habitually entertain shape your experiences in countless ways. Whether you realize it or not, you are constantly imagining and thereby creating. By becoming aware of this process and directing it consciously, you take control of your destiny. In embracing this truth, you discover that you are not a passive observer of life, but an active participant in its creation. Your imagination is your tool, your compass, and your source of infinite possibility. Use it wisely, and you will see that the life you envision is not just a dream, but a reality waiting to unfold. the world around you will transform as your inner vision becomes your outer experience, proving time and again that imagination truly creates reality. Faith and persistence are the twin pillars upon which all manifestations rest. Together, they form an unshakable foundation for creating the life you desire. Faith is the unwavering belief in the unseen, the conviction that what you desire already exists, even if there is no physical evidence to support it. Persistence is the consistent alignment with that belief, a steadfast refusal to be swayed by circumstances, challenges, or delays. When these two qualities are combined, they become an unstoppable force, enabling you to bring your desires from the realm of imagination into tangible reality. Faith begins with trust in the power within you. It is the knowing that your desires are not random or unattainable, but are meant to be realized. Faith does not waver in the face of adversity, because it is rooted in an understanding of the creative process. What you hold firmly in your mind and feel deeply in your heart must ultimately become your experience. Faith demands that you live in the conviction of your wish fulfilled, acting and thinking as if your desired outcome is already a fact. This mental and emotional alignment is not wishful thinking, it is the deliberate creation of reality through the power of your belief. Yet, faith alone is not enough. It must be accompanied by persistence, the determined practice of holding to your vision regardless of appearances. Persistence is what carries you through the moments when doubt creeps in, or when the outer world seems to contradict your inner conviction. It is the commitment to stay the course, to continue affirming and feeling your desired state, even when the path is unclear or the journey feels long. Persistence ensures that your faith does not falter under pressure. Together, faith and persistence form a powerful synergy. Faith gives you the clarity and confidence to know what you want and believe it is yours, while persistence ensures that this belief remains steady until it manifests. Without persistence, faith can waver. Without faith, persistence loses its direction. But when they work in harmony, they create a magnetic force that draws your desires to you with precision and certainty. The challenges you face along the way are not roadblocks, but opportunities to deepen your faith and strengthen your persistence. Every delay, every obstacle, and every moment of doubt is a test of your resolve. Will you hold to your vision, or will you allow circumstances to dictate your reality? Those who succeed are not those who never face challenges, but those who refuse to let challenges define their journey. They understand that setbacks are temporary, and that the power of faith and persistence will eventually overcome all obstacles. Persistence also requires discipline. It is easy to let fleeting emotions or external distractions pull you away from your vision. But true persistence involves a deliberate choice to return to your desired state again and again, no matter how many times you are tempted to waver. This practice of mental and emotional alignment is not a one-time event, but a continuous process. The more you persist, the stronger your belief becomes, and the more quickly your reality shifts to match your vision. Faith and persistence teach you that you are the creator of your reality. They empower you to rise above circumstances, to see beyond limitations, and to claim the life you desire with confidence and determination. By embodying these qualities, you align yourself with the natural flow of creation, transforming your dreams into reality and proving that nothing is impossible for one who believes and persists. Ignoring the evidence of the senses is a profound yet challenging principle for manifesting the life you desire. It is the conscious choice to look beyond the physical world and trust in the unseen reality you are creating within. The senses sight, sound, touch, taste, and smell are powerful tools for experiencing the material world, but they are often deceptive when it comes to shaping your destiny. They present the world as it appears now, not as it could be, and can trap you in a cycle of reacting to what already exists rather than creating what you want. To ignore their evidence is to rise above appearances and anchor yourself in the vision of your desired reality. The senses reflect the past, the result of prior thoughts, beliefs, and actions. What you see in the world around you is not fixed, it is a product of your consciousness. By the time something appears in your physical experience, it is already the outcome of previous inner states. If you allow the evidence of your senses to dictate your thoughts and feelings, you are merely perpetuating the same reality over and over again. To break free from this cycle, you must focus not on what is but on what can be. You must dare to imagine and feel as though your desire is already fulfilled, regardless of what your senses are reporting. This practice requires an unwavering commitment to your inner vision. When you ignore the evidence of the senses, you are not denying reality or pretending challenges do not exist. Instead, you are choosing to give your attention and energy to a higher reality, the one you are actively creating through your imagination, beliefs, and feelings. It is the refusal to let temporary conditions define your future. By turning away from appearances, you reclaim your power to shape your life consciously. The senses are often reinforced by external opinions and societal norms. People may tell you that your dreams are unrealistic, or that your circumstances are too difficult to overcome. These voices can make the evidence of the senses seem even more convincing. But those who achieve great things are those who dare to defy appearances and trust in their vision. They understand that what others see as impossible is only a reflection of their limited perspective, not an absolute truth. Persisting in the unseen requires faith, a deep belief in the reality of your desire. This faith is not blind, it is a deliberate choice to trust in the creative power within you. When you imagine vividly and feel deeply as though your desire is already realized, you impress this new reality upon your subconscious mind. The subconscious, in turn, begins to orchestrate events, circumstances, and opportunities to bring your vision into physical form. But this process can only unfold if you remain steadfast in your belief and refuse to be swayed by what the senses report. Doubts and fears often arise when there is a gap between your inner vision and the outer world. This is where the power of ignoring the evidence of the senses becomes most crucial. It is in these moments that you must reaffirm your commitment to your desired state. Instead of reacting to appearances, respond with faith and conviction. Remind yourself that the outer world is malleable, a reflection of your inner state, and that it must eventually conform to the reality you hold within. To master this principle, practice detachment from the physical world. This does not mean withdrawing from life or neglecting responsibilities. It means shifting your focus from external circumstances to your inner state. Spend time each day imagining the fulfillment of your desires. Feel the emotions of already having what you want, and carry those feelings with you throughout your day. Let them guide your actions and decisions, and let them be more real to you than the current conditions. Ignoring the evidence of the senses is not easy, especially in a world that values tangible proof and immediate results. But it is the key to unlocking the creative power within you. It allows you to move from a reactive state to a creative one, where you are no longer at the mercy of circumstances, but are actively shaping your reality. Trust in the unseen, persist in your vision, and watch as the outer world aligns with the truth you have cultivated within. In doing so, you will discover the limitless potential of your imagination and the profound truth that you are the creator of your life. To act as the winner now is to live with the confidence, mindset, and behaviors of someone who has already achieved their goals. It is the powerful act of embodying success before it physically manifests. This principle is rooted in the understanding that reality is shaped by your beliefs and actions, not merely by circumstances. The key to bringing your desires into being lies in the ability to think, feel, and act as though you have already won, regardless of what your current situation may be. When you adopt the mindset of a winner, you set into motion the events and opportunities that will ultimately lead you to success. The first step in acting as the winner now is to believe that success is inevitable for you. Winners do not question their worth or wonder if they are capable of achieving their dreams. They know it is simply a matter of when, not if. This unwavering belief creates a sense of certainty in everything they do. They approach challenges with confidence, knowing that they have the ability to overcome any obstacle that comes their way. If you want to create your desired reality, you must also cultivate this unshakable belief in your own success. The moment you truly believe that your success is inevitable, you unlock the potential to take inspired actions that lead to that success. Once you have established this belief, acting as the winner now requires you to align your thoughts, feelings, and actions with the successful outcome you desire. It means making decisions and taking steps from the perspective of someone who has already reached their goals. You must begin to ask yourself, how would a winner think, speak, and act in this situation? When you live from the place of success, you no longer wait for external conditions to change before acting. Instead, you act in accordance with the life you want to create, even before the physical evidence appears. This is where persistence and consistency come in. A winner is not deterred by temporary setbacks or challenges. They understand that obstacles are simply part of the journey, and that their success is not contingent on smooth sailing, but on their ability to stay the course. Acting as the winner now requires you to maintain focus on your vision, no matter how long the path may seem. Winners do not give up when faced with adversity. They persist, learn from failures, and keep moving forward with renewed determination. Another vital aspect of acting as the winner now is the cultivation of an abundant mindset. Winners do not focus on limitations or scarcity. Instead, they see opportunities everywhere. They approach every situation with the belief that there is more than enough for everyone, and that success is not a limited resource. This mindset allows them to stay open to new ideas, new opportunities, and new ways of achieving their goals. When you adopt this mindset, you will begin to notice the doors that open for you and the opportunities that align with your desires. As you continue to embody the traits of a winner, you also begin to develop the discipline and habits that successful individuals practice daily. Winners understand the importance of consistency and self-motivation. They know that small, daily actions lead to big results over time. Whether it's dedicating time to learning, growing your skills, or taking steps toward your goals every single day, acting as the winner now involves setting the foundation for long-term success. Winners know that their actions today create the reality of tomorrow. Acting as the winner now requires you to trust the process and have faith in your journey. The external world will not immediately reflect the success you feel on the inside, but that does not mean you are not on the right path. You must trust that the universe or life itself is aligning circumstances and opportunities to bring your desires to fruition. Even when things seem difficult, remember that everything is working in your favor. Acting as the winner now means surrendering to the flow of life, knowing that all things are unfolding as they should, in perfect timing. To act as the winner now is to take full ownership of your life and your success. It is about living with the conviction, mindset, and habits of a person who has already achieved their desires. When you believe in your success, take inspired action, maintain persistence, cultivate an abundant mindset, and trust the process. You align yourself with the outcomes you seek. Success is not something that happens in the future, it is something you create in the present. Act as the winner now, and watch as your reality transforms to match the success you've already claimed. In conclusion, remember that your thoughts, beliefs, and actions are the true architects of your reality. By acting as the winner now, you set the stage for your success and align yourself with the life you desire. It's not about waiting for the right moment or for external conditions to change. It's about living with unwavering confidence, persistence, and faith in your vision, no matter what your current circumstances may be. You are the creator of your reality, and by embodying the mindset of success, you will inevitably manifest the life you envision. Thank you for taking the time to listen and reflect on these principles. May you step forward with courage, belief, and the unshakable conviction that you are already on your path to greatness. Keep trusting in yourself and keep acting as the winner now. Your success is inevitable. Thank you.